Hey everyone's Pixcalibur123, and just a quick little LP here of a nice good old classic game here. I actually haven't played this in a while, so it's good to get around to this again. Good old-fashioned Super Metroid here. I mean, this thing has been... It's funny when I watch, like, the different, like, there's so many speed runs and TASs and all that other stuff. And this game's been played like the death here because there's just so many tricks in this game. But again, I'm just gonna... This is just a nice routine. I'm gonna get 100%, and,
The last Metroid is
I'm gonna see if I can do this in a single...
the galaxy
segment here. This might be just one long video here. But again, there's not intended to be any speed run here. It's just going to be a regular run here, so you see all the mistakes I'm going to make here. Because since I can't, I'm not going to use save states or anything. This game's like absolutely classic because it's so non-linear. It's not like some of the other games that they just point you through, as like, or they handhold you and you go here first and here next. I think it's like Metroid, was it Fusion or something? That's just like completely linear. Not a big fan of that. I mean, the game isn't that bad, but it's so linear that you can't go anywhere. Whereas this game pretty much just tosses you in the middle of nowhere, and you pretty much do whatever you want. And the more tricks you learn, the more stuff you can do. Now, I pretty much stopped at, like, the SNES. I don't think I've played, like, the 3D Metroid games. I think I played a little bit, but it's just like I just couldn't get a feel for it. I might do that later, but... never could really get a feel for the, I guess, first-person shooter mode. Whereas the old Metroid games were just third-person mode, so... But again, this is a nice routine run, so... hopefully a low-key run. It's not like a... There's actually another game I might LP later on that's like completely low-key. I mean, you cannot game... Well, it's not Wario Land 2, actually. Because Wario Land 2 is also low-key, because you can't game over in that game. But there's another one I may be doing later on that, you cannot game over no matter how hard you try. Well, I guess this part's pretty linear, so... So, yes, of course, I'm playing this on emulator, so you get the bigger screens and stuff, so... And usually I use an N64 controller for my controls. I'm just so used to this N64 controller here. Obviously, I'm not going to play this with a keyboard or something, because actually that's very difficult to play with a keyboard. Because this one, you can play RPGs with keyboards because, say Pokemon, because you don't have to do a lot of complex maneuvers. But, a game like this, you're going to have to do a lot of complicated maneuvers, and it's just too difficult to do with, well, people probably do it with keyboards, but I can't. I have to use a controller of some sort here. Thank goodness you're given plenty of time here. I think I've watched, like, the people do, like, there's, like, a hard mode hack or something, and you're given, like, 20 seconds to get out of here. And I don't know if they make it harder to get out. I think the space station is the same, but you have, like, 20 seconds to get out, so... I mean, it's the same Super Metroid, but they put so many more traps in. There's so many more ways to die, so... Actually, the hard mode is, like, I think you have to get the... I think you have to beat Ridley to get the various suit. It's something bizarre that it's just. I mean, it would be just so difficult to do on a console, if even possible. I'm pretty sure people have actually done it without save states, but I'm not going to try any of those hacks. I mean, if I do try a Super Metroid hack, it's probably going to be one of the easier ones. There's actually one that's really easy. It just like throws items at you, so I might Google that and try to find that at some point here. So again, this is a nice routine run, so I'm just gonna enjoy the atmosphere here. This one actually is good that it kind of recycles some of the Metroid 1 rooms here, like this room here. You know, if you've played the original Metroid, you certainly will remember that room. I probably should LP that at some point. I haven't LP'd the original Metroid in a while. I mean, what's so difficult about that game is because you can't really, you're limited with the way you attack. Here you can actually squat and attack stuff here. Well, hopefully I can get this in one piece here. Let's split this into a couple pieces here, assuming that nothing crashes. Assuming I remember where everything is. I mean, I don't think it's been that long. I actually played this not that long ago, so hopefully I still remember what to do here. Well, at least where all the items are. Cause like you watch like the TAS runs, like the record is like 36 minutes or something in-game time, because you know the clock doesn't count like transitions. Like if you're going up an elevator, I think door transitions, and then if you collect an item, it doesn't count on your time, and because you have no control at that point. So there's like 100 items, so you know, let's say there's 100 items, and there's like, you know, 6 seconds for each one of those. You know, that's like what's that, 10 minutes or something? I really like the music in this game, actually. I forgot when that game was made. I looked at the... Well, they showed the date was like 93 or 94 or something. And... I mean, if you look on like the TAS website, it's like, this is like one of the most LP games like ever. Because there's just so much to do on this. So again, really non-linear here. Well, maybe linear at the beginning. You have to go get some stuff, I guess. But it gets to a point that it's just, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And then people can, well, actually TASers can get out of this room without fighting the statue thing, but it's so difficult. Actually, I don't think you can do it on the, well, maybe you can do it on the European version or something. But here, you don't have any time. In fact, even TAS can't do it unless it's like perfect or something. You know, blow up this stupid thing. I mean, they put so many new items in here that I think other Metroid games carry over here. Now, you know, again, this is not some speed run, but I'm gonna try to do as little backtracking as possible, so, you know, less tediousness here. I mean, there's so many glitches in this game that any number of them could be exploited for time gains here. Again, this isn't meant to be a super speed run or anything. I don't even remember what my fastest time was here. I think to get the best ending, it has to be like under 3 hours or something. It's something pretty simple. I like the later games was like 2 hours, which is actually pretty difficult. I forgot how to do the... Actually, let me see if I can do this mock ball thing. I forgot how to do it, though. Let me see if I can do this. I forgot how to do this move. I was trying to see if I can do this mock ball. I used to know how to do it. There we go. I don't even know what I did, but I just did something. You remember how to do this mock ball thing? It's like you have to... you have to jump, or it's kind of hard to explain. It's like you jump, and then, you know, you duck once, and then just before you hit the floor, you morph into a morph ball, and if you do it correctly, you kind of just glide along the floor instead of bouncing. It's kind of hard to explain that. I mean, you watch like the TAS runs of it, it's like they almost do it with like no jump. It's like you just need just enough air to be able to start that. But again, you know, most of these techniques you don't even need. You know, wall jumps and, you know, bomb jump. Actually, bomb jump they actually even show you in the demo. If you just let the game kind of play itself, it'll actually show you how to do bomb jumping. And you can actually skip the Spore Spawn battle. That kind of well, either you have to be super fast with reflexes, or you have to use the whatever trick it's called. Not Shine Spark. It's Crystal Flash or something. It's like Crystal Flash, yeah. So you know, and then that lets you kind of duck and shoot the super missile block. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna not for I think I did a run that I tried to use whatever tricks I knew. I got like, I don't know what was my fastest time. I think it was under 70 minutes or something. So, I'm just gonna beat up this thing, so... Again, it's not meant to be any speed runner here. again, this is the normal mode. I know hard mode, they make this a lot harder. There's some weird ways they make this harder. I think they take out like the ground here. Like you can't just morph into a ball and stay safe. So you know, basically do anything to really make stuff difficult for you. Actually, wall jumping isn't that difficult in this game. You just have to learn how, you know, when to kick off the wall. There's a bit of timing with that. You know, you just kick off the wall at a certain point. Now, I guess they assume you don't know, obviously when you first play, you're not going to know how to wall jump or do any of those tricks because, you don't know them yet. But, when you play this, subsequent times, it's like you know some of these tricks, even just basic bomb jumping, wall jumps, shine sparks, those basic tricks already let you sequence break like crazy. I mean, this thing's so non-linear. You can break this in any number of ways here. And so that's the beauty of this game here. Play it almost however, you play it whatever way you want to play it here. So many secrets in this game. I mean, I don't even remember what was the last item I got. Maybe this one? Or this one's either 99 or 100%. I mean, I know... Because some of these secrets are just so hidden that unless you get like X-ray scope and stuff, even if you use that everywhere, you may not find everything. I think I used to do that. I used to just spam the X-ray scope thing and just try to find every secret passage you can find. Although it gets kind of annoying to use because, you're using it every single place you're going here. Trying to find every secret. So normally you need like high jump boots to get this, but you just... It doesn't take that much wall jumping to get that. I think this game was intended to have a lot of backtracking. You get one item, then you can go back and explore some more stuff and get more items and all that other stuff. But again, you know a few little tricks, you already could skip a lot of these steps here. Save on the backtracking. And again, music's really good for this game. Really enjoyable to watch this. Play the game here. I don't even remember how many times I played this game. It's always good to, go back to these games once in a while, just kind of, play these games, just nostalgia purposes. And again, there are all sorts of tricks you can do with a number of these bosses here. I'm probably not going to try to do most of those fancy tricks because they're, if you mess up on it, it's just going to cost you a lot of time. Might as well just use what I'm comfortable using here. There's probably a way you can get like multiple supers in there and just take out Kraid like before he does anything. I don't think I've ever been able to do that though. Dude, I might as well just use regular missiles. I can fire those out just as fast here. Because supers take a, there's some delay before you actually can shoot the things, whereas missiles, you can actually launch them out pretty quickly. Yeah, if the hard mode is like, I don't know what you get there. I forgot what I think you get like missiles or something. And again, the various suits after you beat Ridley, which is like crazy. And that's pretty much like 99% of the difficulty is beating Ridley. Beating Ridley with no Varia suit. And you can't get the gravity suit either, because I think in that hack, I think you need like it's like you needed like the wave beam or something. The problem is you can't get the wave beam because the door that leads to it, if I remember, is like, it's blocked by it's a gray door until you beat Ridley. It's just like whoever made the hack, I'm like, holy smokes, I want to torture you here. I mean, not here, you don't have that issue since this is just a good old normal mode here. I don't know if I've played the Game Boy Metroid. I think I have, but not that much. I think this is probably the one I've played the most, and then the original Metroid. Or maybe Fusion. Actually, Zero Mission and Fusion, actually, I've played a lot as well. Because I think Zero Mission's actually pretty good. Because it's pretty much just a remake of the original Metroid, but you get a lot more stuff in it. And again, Fusion is just very linear. I mean, you're basically dictated by the computer. It's like, oh, you have to go here, then you gotta go here, and you gotta go here. It's just like, it's not a bad game, but it's so linear that, okay, well, you can't really explore anywhere. I mean, it's not like this game. It's like, again, you're pretty much free to do whatever you want here. And as you get more items, you can explore more, obviously. Although you put some pretty bastardly items here, like this one. I'm not even sure how you would find some of these items. Besides using X-ray. Using X-ray scope to find some of this. Actually the wave beam's really handy. The wave beam's really handy for finding stuff. Because it shoots through all the walls, so you can, if you shoot around enough, you might get lucky and stumble on some items here. Like here, normally you're supposed to go all the way around to get to the top here. You could actually just bomb jump this, get yourself to the top. But if you're good with your wall jumping, let's get up that way. But again, even bomb jumping can get you up there. Because actually bomb jumping in this game is not that hard. It's just a bit of a pattern you gotta learn here. again, you know, they really throw some random items here. So unless you're just shooting around the place, or you know where everything is already, you know, you're gonna obviously miss some of this. I think the first time I completed this, I was probably like 80-something%. I don't know, 82% or I don't know, something like that. Something really bad. And then it was like every time I get a new item, I would complete the game. So I'm like 95, 96, 97, and until I get to 100% here. And again, then it's just beating it under, I think, 3 hours to get the best ending. Which, luckily, it's not that difficult because, you know, if you know even any number of tricks, you're gonna... You're gonna get under 3 hours easily. Even if you play it like, you know, the way the game intends for you, you know, I think I still get under 2 hours pretty easily. So, you know, you get all these extra items here. You know, wave beam, I guess they want you to get the grappling beam, but, you know, just some simple wall jumping, you can get this item pretty easily. Get a much better item here. At least it's not like the original Metroid where you can't carry... you can't carry the wave beam and ice beam at the same time. Here, you know, it's like the Spazer and Plasma beams you can't carry at the same time. At least you can carry, like, Wave Beam, Ice Beam. At least those are... You know, you can carry all those at the same time. I mean, I remember I used to get, like, all the map rooms and stuff. Just try to figure out where you're going, but I don't know if the map just confuses you in this game. Honestly, it doesn't really do much for you. See here, you know, a little sequence breaking, you know, normally you have to go back or something, get the power bombs or whatever to get around. But here you can just, you know, wave beam, you just get around that blue gate there. They should have probably made it like a green gate or something. I think you can still get around it though. You could probably glitch a super missile through that gate and still open it. But I mean, it's just a simple blue gate here. You can just easily get through that. Realize that charged beams actually work here. So if you run out of missiles, this works, and each one is, I think, worth 2 missiles actually. And if you get a nice, you know, steady stream of these out, then, you know, you can get it back pretty quickly there. No, I'm just gonna get this now. Screw this. While Crocomire is just melting away there, I might as well get this thing. Yeah, this stuff hurts, I mean... I watched some videos on how long you need how much distance you need to shine spark. You really only need, like, if I were to stand here and maybe you only need about this much room. It's like just a couple feet and you can actually shine spark. That's crazy. Obviously in practical play there's just no way you're gonna be able to do that. But they put all these formulas on how you do that type of stuff. Well, at least this power bomb's easy to get here. See, normally you'd have to go up all the way back, backtrack, get power bombs from the top or something, and then work your way down. Do it this way. It's pretty much how I've played it since. It's probably just easier to do it this way. I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna shoot through this and get the missile over here. I mean, doing like short charges, it's just you don't push A right off the bat. You actually let yourself move a little bit, and then you start the charge. You start dashing. I guess that's how it's supposed to work. I guess the game intends for you to use a grappling beam, but I don't think I've ever been able to do that with grappling beam. I've always done it this way. Just shine spark up there. That's probably a little easier. I think I remember I got stuck on this part for like a long time. I could not figure out how to get past this room. You know, I didn't realize you could actually just dash and jump off the slope there or something. I don't know how long it took me to realize that. Because I was looking for like the grappling beam for so long because it was just like I found grappling blocks everywhere and I didn't know where to go. Yeah, the hard part's just remembering all these items here. I didn't even realize those flies, you know, that generator, I didn't even realize those enemies drop power bombs. I know they drop missiles, super missiles, energy, but I didn't realize they drop power bombs. Not that I'm complaining, you get refills there. Yeah, the hard part is just remembering everything here. You know, where to go to get all the items here. Kind of sad you need like a power bomb just to get to the map room. It's kind of useless by that point. And then doing this little trick, you know, just kind of, you know, jumping and then ducking with the morph ball. I mean, that's a good way to get into those gaps. So there's a lot of little tricks you can learn in this game. I look on the TAS page and like you see how many different tricks there are. There's like numerous tricks you can do in this game, from, you know, simple ones that pretty much, you know, with little practice you can do, to those ones that are like, there's just no way you can do these tricks in real time. But seemingly it never gets boring playing this game. It's just like, it's always one of those games that you just enjoy playing here. You know, the other games are like, you know, after you played a couple times, it just kind of gets boring. This is not really one of those games. It actually, you know, it's from time to time good to come back to it. because there's always like new tricks to learn here. You know, something else like, you know, Link to the Past and stuff. That's also one of those games that, you know, you just like to go back to from time to time. Because it never seems to get boring there, because, again, that's one of those games that's not linear. You pretty much can go wherever you want. You know, after you get a few key items. You know, you can go wherever you want here. You know, it really depends on the replay value of the game. Like, this one has actually a lot of replay value. I mean, certainly until you get 100%, so if you're... Unless you're doing just a regular run, but usually I like to do 100% here. Oops. Ow. I mean, this item, maybe when you first play the game it might be handy, but after you play it a couple times you get 100%, this item's essentially useless, because you already know where everything is. I'm having trouble using my grappling beam for some reason. Hopefully these little fireflies drop big energy balls each time here. I mean, as long as you know, if you don't need any more power bombs, because I think they drop power bombs first. And then they drop the big energy balls. Even at this point, it's, you know, not linear anymore. You can pretty much go back, explore, get more items, or just go on. So that's what I love about this game, because it's just many ways you can approach this. And there's no one right way to do things here. I mean, how many times have I game overed in this game? I mean, when I first played, I mean, I game over like I don't even think I remember how many times I died here when I first played this game. You know, you either get lost or a boss gives you trouble, something like that. No, it's not so much a big deal. You know, I don't think I need to use save points here because, you know, since this is not like low percentage, I can afford to take lot of damage here, and then you have reserve tanks on top of it. You know, they obviously kick in when you run out of energy. So I'm actually just, you know, I usually just go onward. You could go back to backtrack and get a bunch of items, but I don't feel like I need to do that right now. Because I'm going to have to go back to some of those areas anyway later on. Now I know you can shine spark to the right here. I've done it before. It's kind of hard because you have to do a short charge. But if you want to go for pure speed, you're going to probably do it that way. I used to get this missile after you beat the boss here, and that's a really bad idea because, you know, why go through a gauntlet just for a missile here? You know, right now you just get it for free because, you know, you can hit these spikes here and they don't do anything to you. So, you know, just why do the trouble? Why go through all the trouble of that? Although most of the other things, you know, they're locked behind doors and stuff, so you do have to beat this thing. I don't know if I've ever died against this thing before, but I know I battled it the wrong way. You know, the tempting thing is to use super missiles. But that's just like a no-no. It's just a no-no to use super missiles here. Because then he does this like ring of fire stuff that's it's just so difficult to dodge. You might as well just use regular missiles because I think you can get 5 missiles out if you're good. And if you just use regular missiles, he won't do anything. He just goes, you know, back to the normal phase rather than going into this stupid circle fire phase here. I think using missiles is even shorter than using super missiles anyway. Because again, he just goes right to this phase rather than doing the ring of fire on you. Look, you get a lot of refills here. I mean, if you're good, you'll get 5 missiles out, which is basically a super missile. Because it does take 25 missiles to take them out. So you might as well just use missiles. That's a lot faster and a lot less risk to your energy here. Pretty much hit garbage after that. I saw like a whole bunch of power bombs there I didn't even need. I think I used to get lost in here a lot. I was like, I couldn't figure out how to. There's a point in here that I thought I think I reset the game a couple times because I thought I was just trapped. Didn't realize what you had to do. And then the way I used to go into Maridia was like, I guess the way they intended for you to go into Maridia, like do the eastern route or something. I don't even bother doing that anymore. I just go in the other way, because you end up going down that way anyway. Now, if the other route had some items, then sure, I would, have to go that way. But there's no items, so what's the point of taking a useless detour here? Not a big fan of this room here. Ugh. Because it's actually very difficult to get through this room. You'd rather hit the regular spikes than those falling spikes, because I think those cost like I think it's a whole tank, actually. Rather hit the other spikes, it's only 30 points. Just to get this energy tank out of the way, because it's just out of the way here. And then not only you have to make this trip once, you gotta make it twice here. You gotta go the other way here. Ow. Ow. See, I'm like intentionally hitting the regular spikes than that, rather than those falling things. Because again, only 30 points per hit. That's, at least that's manageable rather than a whole tank. Alrighty, I pretty much is the way I've usually played it, so kind of the convenience here. I mean, if you just play through the game normally, you probably can get like, I'm sure you can get 80%. Because most of the items are just in plain sight. I mean, unless you're intentionally trying to skip items or going for a minimalist run or something, you're probably not going to miss these items. I'm like an old school gamer. I don't like the, most of the newer games I'm not that as fond of for some reason. It's like the old school games, it's just like all nostalgia here. Like, even Pokemon, it's like, which generation do I like to play? It's not really the... Well, 5th gen's really good. I mean, the graphics and actually the music's really good. In terms of replay value, it's probably the 2nd gen. So that's why I like playing the 2nd generation games so much. Because there's a lot of replay value, and I think that's the only generation you go into 2 different regions, so you get a lot of replay value there. Never gets boring to play the 2nd gen games. It's not like, 3rd gen I've probably played the least for some reason. I don't know, 3rd gen never really seemed to catch on to me for some reason. I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna jump through all the spikes here. Screw this. See, I got stuck here for so long because I didn't realize you just morph into a ball right here. I didn't realize you do that. I thought you were just trapped in this room or something. I don't even know how long it took for me to figure this out. If I remember, this was in the days before we had like GameFAQs.com and stuff. I had to figure this out myself. Which feels really satisfying once you do. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so simple. I didn't realize it was just that. And then finding 100% in this game, again, I didn't have any online guides to work with, so I had to find everything myself here. Again, all the more satisfaction for finding it. So when you actually see the 100% score at the end, it's just so satisfying. So like, yeah, 2nd generation Pokemon games. Just a bit of charm to them. Even though GSC, the graphics weren't exactly the best, but still. Although the remakes are actually... They did a really good job with the remakes, actually. Still kept the original GSC charm there. So that's why, I think my first LP was like HG, Heart Gold, and then I decided to just LP the other game as well. I don't know why. I decided to LP Soul Silver as well, but it's fun to do. I used to just bomb jump up to this door. I could never figure out how to do a diagonal Shine Spark. Until I realized all you had to do was hold the R button. That's like really all you needed to do. Well, I mean, L is kind of useless because, well, at least for my L, it would point me downwards, so that's kind of useless. Because my R, see, L is down and the R is the pointing up. So I used to have to try. I was using my D-pad. That was just like completely tedious. I couldn't do it. Just start spamming power bombs here. I mean, you got plenty of these things to use. You might as well throw some out here. Well, at least the acid doesn't drain energy as quickly now. I think it's like half speed now. Then you can jump out quickly. Yeah, it actually drains pretty slow, actually. Now the tricky thing here is trying to get down the center here. I mean, if you manage to do that, you can get both of these missiles at the same time, rather than having to make a whole nother trip backwards here. You just get both of these at the same time because you just break both sets of blocks here. And now we can do all our backtracking and pick up all the extra loot that's lying around the place here. A whole laundry list of items to collect here. Get a lot of my power bombs back there. Yeah, there's a hidden floor there. I think the original Metroid had a room with that as well. There was like a hidden, kind of a fake floor there. So, you can X-ray it to figure it out. I think this is the part here that I used to just reset the game all the time because I thought I would be trapped down here. I didn't realize the purpose of this room here. Like these guys right here. I didn't realize that they were trying to teach you how to wall jump here. And there's another out-of-the-way room that there was a bird or whatever that's called. It shows you how to do shine sparks. Although that one's, I guess, a little easier. This one's not as easy to see, They're trying to teach you how to do wall jumps here. So it's right down there. There's like speed blocks that you can run through. So I'm not going to do that because I already, of course, know how to do shine sparks and all that. Imagine the amount of backtracking you have to do here. I mean, you get a couple items and then you come back and have to get a couple more items, and I was trying to save myself some trouble and not backtrack as much here. It's just the thing is not to forget anything here because there's so many items to get here. And now you're just kind of collecting all these items in a big clump here. But that's what makes it so non-linear. You know, you don't have to get these items in any particular order. You know, just you can wait until much later on to get these items here. I don't know if I should get this stuff now or later. I might get that stuff up there later. I just have to remember to go back and get it. The problem is if you're missing like one item, it's like where are you missing this item here? I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything right now. Now I think the hard mode, you have to go into Maridia the normal way because you can't, you need a power bomb to blow this up, and they don't give you power bombs unless you go the normal way. But here, I have like big supply of power bombs here. Now this missile can be a bit of a problem here. Huh, surprised I got that my first try. I usually lose my charge or I hit the ceiling or something. And then you get, I don't even know how long it took for me to get into this area. It took me a long time to get into this area. Because I didn't realize, you had to use a power bomb to break the glass tube. Never realized that for a long time. I think I just started playing around and then you kind of eventually figure out you have to use a power bomb there. And then, after you figure out you use a power bomb to open that up, and there's like this whole other area to explore here. It's like you're so excited to explore a new area. A lot easier just to do it that way. And luckily you can get Shine Spark up the corner here. So So seeing I have a lot of energy right now, I can kind of just recklessly throw energy out because, you get more energy tanks along the way anyway. So, a lot of loot to collect here, so loot is always good. Yeah, so I do more like old school Nintendo games, just nostalgia value. So your typical SMB games, Zelda games, all that other stuff. Because you never seem to forget how to play these games, actually. Even if you haven't played it for a while, it's like, maybe you may forget some of the finer tricks, but like all the basics you probably still remember. It's just because it's that, you remember those types of games. So it's like Link to the Past, it's like I don't forget how to play that anytime soon. Even if I haven't played it for a while, I still remember what to do. And the mini boss here. Snake thing here. I don't know how many missiles it takes to take this thing out. But it gets kind of hard to hit because it just starts squiggling around the place here. Look at this. Just like using missiles now. I don't even know how many missiles it takes here. I'm trying to save some super missiles at least. Although I think there's a spot you can actually farm here. Farm items and... Actually, I might do that. I might farm some supers here. Let me just do that really quick. I think there's like 5 of these little flies in here at a time here, so you can pretty easy farm some supers here. I think this room you can actually shine spark through, but I've never been good enough to get my shine spark all the way up to the top of the room here. So I just go through it the normal way here. Go through the annoying quicksand here. Now this upcoming boss I used to die a lot on. I don't know why. Die a lot because I never figured out how to... You know, the tail keeps killing me here. Not that hard now, obviously. Now you could do the grappling beam approach. Takes a little bit of timing to get the grappling beam, though. I've done it before. I'm just gonna use regular super missiles here. It's the plain way of doing it. So I usually do it this way. I usually just use a power bomb and just destroy all this stuff. And then just start unloading supers here. Just get as many supers as I can get on board here. Maybe not the most efficient way to do things, but hey, it works. It only takes like 20 super missiles here. Nice safe way to do things around here. Now I think the 3D Metroid, like, spaceship only gives you like a double jump. You know, here is like the beauty of just like infinite jumping here. I mean, once you learn how the space jump works here, because you kind of have to time the jump. You know, you don't want to be jumping too quickly or too slow. You kind of have to learn the rhythm of how to, you know, when to jump. Once you learn it, you just stay in the air all the time. So now you can go into all these other rooms. It's like it took me so long to beat Dragon the first time because I kept dying. It's like it's so satisfying to finally beat him the first time. At least those purple cactus things give supers. Getting like free super missiles here. Should I even be going this way? I think this was the wrong way, actually. I think I was supposed to go down the other way. You know what, screw this. Let me just get this now. While I'm here. This wasn't the way I usually go. Usually I go down the quicksand first. But might as well get this out of the way thing anyway. Because I know there are 2 quicksand paths you have to go down, so... to get a variety of items here. So I don't know why I didn't go that way first. I'm just kind of making this pointless backtracking here. Well, at least I'm getting all my super missiles back here. I think I'm almost full, actually. I think my max is 40 right now. That's pretty convenient. At least I don't have to grind. Kind of went the wrong way there, but whatever. What can you do? Supposed to go this way first. No, I never remember which side you go down. I think you go down the right side first, because the left side's harder to get. This one you can get the 2 items pretty easily. Yeah, you gotta go down all these side paths to find all the loot here. Now, I don't know if the map shows many of these paths here, though. It may show some of them, but... Now this one, I don't know if they intend for you to have the space jump when you do this. I mean, you can wall jump this. It's kind of hard because you got enemies up here who will basically try to hit you off. Knock you off the edge there. Kind of hard to do bomb jumping from the ground. You usually have to go in midair. Here we go. Bomb jumping right here. Yeah, that's, you know, it's just learning to get a little rhythm with the bomb jumping here. And you can pretty much go as high as you want with it. There's no limit on how high you can go with it. And they show you how to do it in the demo. I mean, other games it's a little bit more difficult to do your bomb jumping because the rhythm is so weird. But this one's actually a, you know, very simple rhythm to learn. Now I have to get back up there because I need to explore the other side. And the reason I said I kind of went the wrong way because I think the faster way is actually just to go this way. I used to get stuck here so much. I would go up and down that pipe so many times. I was like, it's like, you get bored going up the pipe again. And I was like, come on. It's like, try to figure out the right way here. This is before I learned how to use the power bomb to break open the glass tube there. At least I'm full on power bombs here, or super missiles. One less thing to worry about here. And see, you gotta do this again here, so... Yeah, you kind of want to go on the left side second because you're probably going to need a... You can do this without Spring Ball, but it's just a lot more difficult, so you might as well go on the right side first. Grab the loot and go on the left side afterwards. So after we put, I think we've gotten everything here. So that's convenient at least. But again, you know, there's no limit to how many ways you can play this, so it's the way I'm kind of used to playing it here. Gotta love the plasma beam here, just mows down entire lines of enemies here. And then you get to the, you have to go underground to the Ridley area, and that has some awesome music. Just epic music. As you'll, we'll get to in just a moment here. I love the music in this area. So much more upbeat here. A lot of power bombs I don't need here, so I'm just free to start throwing some away here. And make sure you don't miss this missile, otherwise you have to go backtrack all the way around to get it. I didn't realize you could actually beat this thing with a plasma beam here. This is probably the easier way to do it. Because super missiles, he deflects a lot of your super missiles. And he just throws them back at you. And you can get this safe spot right here, and he just misses you all the time here. But, plasma beam's just so much faster. Charged plasma shots. And you don't have to waste any super missiles either. So that's very convenient. Because it probably takes you, like, I don't know how many supers it takes you, but then it deflects a lot of them back unless you shoot them from the back or something. It's a lot easier just to use just plasma beam shots. Now, using screw attack with space jump is actually a little bit harder. The timing's a little bit odd to be able to use you'll be able to space jump with screw attack here. Heading on into the Mickey Mouse room here. At least that's what this room looks like. It looks like a Mickey Mouse face here. I'm not sure if that was the intention of that room. At least I'm not like trying to like map out every square of this, because this is actually a hard room to map out everything because it's such a big room. And the acid's rising up, so it'll be a little bit fast to get that. I love the music in this place. So we get to enjoy it while it lasts here. I think this room coming up here, I actually got stuck on this room for a long time. I didn't realize, I didn't know how you damage these things. I realized you have to, make them change color first. And then your classic Ridley design rooms here. Had to leave that in here. Alright, time to face Ridley. I've never been good at dodging Ridley here. I just like fire super missiles like crazy here. I just get hit like by whatever. Can't hit him when he's all the way up there. Go down, you stupid thing. That's actually a pretty good battle. I usually lose several tanks against Ridley. I don't even know how I only lost like a tank here. That's pretty good. Usually I'm losing a lot more energy on just running into him all the time here. I know there's specific ways to dodge them, but I mean, unless you're doing like low energy run or something, you know, you usually have a lot of energy to work with, so you could be pretty reckless. I mean, as long as you come in with a full pack of supers, you shouldn't have that much trouble. I mean, you can use like charged plasma shots, but it just takes longer to get them out. A lot easier just to throw supers out there. Kind of interesting design of this room. It's like shaped like a hand or something. I love the screw attack because it blocks you from most attacks. You can just, you know, move through enemies here and not take damage. Scooping up the last items here. Now this room here doesn't really have any design. I don't know, like a little house or something. I'm not really sure about this one. At least this provides a nice shortcut out of this place. You know, you're not gonna go backtrack all the way to the beginning. Well, at least this room's easier to go into now because it's just a regular orange lava, which doesn't even hurt now. You know, you just stay there all day. So instead of making these little tiny jumps, you can just walk right underneath and just blow up everything. Now there's a few more items to scoop up here. I'm probably just gonna go back to the ship just to make sure I have all my items here. I mean, I should have them all. So I can pretty much get finished with this game here. And again, this is a pretty quick game. Again, you know, it gets pretty fast once you learn some of the little tricks. And even the in-game tricks will already save you a bunch of time. And then anything else you learn is just extra time on top of it. I don't even know where I'm clocked in right now, so because you have to take all the transitions into account. So whatever the video clock is, it's not accurate. I don't think I really need any more supers. I can just go back to my ship and recharge here. Keep the old Brinstar design here. Even the first few rooms here are like exactly the same. So at least they kept that intact here. I don't know if they expect you to use your X-ray scope in this room. Put 2 missiles in the same room here. So it's easy to get the first one, but you know, you might just forget to shoot around the place and you missed the second missile in there. Almost done with this. But again, it never really gets boring playing this because you always learn new tricks, and just because of how non-linear this game is here. Even under the old Mother Brain, you find a missile pack here. Pays to search around here. Actually, this room's a lot easier if you have a plasma beam, because then you don't have to be so picky with your aiming. You just, you know, fire through into the ground and you can actually freeze all the enemies there. Because since the plasma beam passes through enemies, you know, makes it a little bit easier there. Okay, so I know that's the last missile. I'm pretty sure I have all my super missiles. Just go back to my ship just to check here. So I think we're good to go here. Loaded up on ammunition here. They put the entrance to Torian in this place. I guess the original Metroid did that as well, because they put it sort of at the top of the blue Bryn Star, but you can't do anything with it until you... Well, I guess there's some ways to glitch your way into that place, or, you know, cleverly without the bridge. Nothing better to do than just bomb jump in here. Alrighty. Heading on down here. Typical Metroids here. And you beat them the same way. It's always been the same way. You always freeze them and then shoot them with missiles or whatever. Either 5 missiles or a super missile here. Yeah, not that many rooms that go through there. It's not really worth destroying those grasshoppers because it takes like 5 supers or something. Something absurd. Yeah, at least they didn't make that a gray door or something. That would kind of suck. There's one big Metroid right there. Must have been snacking on everything in this room here. Now I think you can actually get out of this room if you're very good with shine sparking, and then you have to destroy this little wall as well. If you're really good with that, you can actually shine spark out of the room. Probably only TAS you could do that though. At least he gave you a nice convenient recharge point here. Now there's a way you can actually glitch through the these things here. If you can glitch through the first one here, you can actually glitch through the rest of them because the rest of them don't appear. I'm not gonna bother doing that because I don't know how to do it. There's a kind of a timing you have to kind of glitch through the first wall. So I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way here. Yeah, you know something's not right when you can still take damage there. You take a lot of damage, actually. Let's just start unloading all the supers here. Start throwing all the missiles now. Kind of funny that it doesn't drain all your missiles away. I think it only takes out 75 missiles. I actually have some missiles remaining here. And for fastest result, you want to get under 100 energy. I mean, I think if you're under like maybe 300 or something, then you just won't be able to do anything. So, the Mother Brain will just whittle away your energy until you're under 100 points. I don't know why she would just use projectiles instead of just running up to you and whacking off your energy that way. Just fires little explosives into blue beams or blue circles and stuff here. Yeah, you'll never have any super missiles or power bombs because, I mean, you're gonna lose all those. You really should lose all your missiles. Not that it's really handy here. No. Metroid just fizzles away into nothing here. And you get this colorful beam here. You're actually doing real damage here. Beating the crap out of Mother Brain here. There are colored beams here. Blowing up there. Now you can't charge this beam because you're just all rainbow colored here. And luckily you're given plenty of time to get out of this place. There really should be no reason to have trouble getting out of this place. You're given a whole 3 minutes here. Again, if you play some of the hacks, I think they only give you like 1 minute. I mean, that's like, oh, that's bordering impossible. But you have to find a way to do it. But here you get, you know, a nice full 3 minutes, so unless you really struggle somewhere, I mean, there should be no reason to fail this. Save yourself a lot of time there by just shine sparking out. You know, just for extra kicks, we're gonna go down here. You don't have to do this, but just for fun, we're gonna go down here. I think that room actually fills up with acid, so you kind of want to, although it's very slow, so just kind of blow up the wall there so I can get out of the room. This whole place is going up! Now, I think every single Super Metroid hack, doesn't matter what you play, what hack version you play, it always ends the same way. You know, I guess they're not too lazy to try to change it up, it just ended with this planet blowing up here. Doesn't matter which hack you play, it's the same result. Oh, I think you can see, if you were really good, I think you see a little dot moving to the right there. I think there's all those little birds and the other animals and stuff flying away. So wherever they got a little plane from, or some sort of ship to fly out, I don't know where they got it though. Oh well, I'm not complaining there. Don't need to ask questions. What was it, like 77 minutes? Was that how long it took me? I think my best time was like 68. I know I've never gone under an hour. I've gone under 110. It's probably like 109 or 108 or something. I think I have the recording I have on this. But that's when I'm like breaking it up into segments and trying to optimize each one the best I can. Here, this is just a nice routine run. It's always fun to play this game. It's one of those games. That, and then let's see, Link to the Past. I think even Super Mario 64, which I haven't played in a while. I'll get back to that at some point. OOT. And I should be playing those at some point because I know I can record those games because I use Fraps for my recording program, and I guess they've improved it now because it used to be like a 4 gigabyte file limit. Well, I mean not file limit, but they would break up the file into 4 gigabyte pieces. I think now they removed that, so now you can record as long as you want. So it doesn't break it up into like 5-minute fragments. It keeps it as one big piece here. And Fraps overall is a pretty good program, pretty good screen recorder. I just can't have anything else running because it catches all the background noise. So I've accidentally recorded with Fraps, and then I have like YouTube running, like someone's LP I'm watching, and then I accidentally leave that on, and then I turn on Fraps, and then I'm playing my game, and then I'm listening to all this background noise. I'm like, what is that background noise? And realize it's the YouTube video I left on. So hopefully I'll get back to those at some point. most of the other old generation games, I can just use the emulator's recorder. Oh yeah, 100%. So satisfying to see that. Before, when I first played, it was like 80%. I was like, I gotta do better than that. You get up to 90%, and then you get like 95, 96, 97, and when you finally hit that 100% mark, it's so satisfying to see that. Alright, so that's a pretty quick run of this game. It's always enjoyable to play this once in a while, so whenever I decide to put this up on YouTube, after I finish editing some stuff on this. Now, otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this fairly quick LP, and I'll see you in whatever LP I do next. Alright, see you guys later.